the new self-timing taper mount system for without warning muzzle devices. How does it work and how do we do the install? So this is a quick disconnect system where you can very quickly and easily by hand remove your muzzle device and then reinstall your muzzle device and have it retain zero and time perfectly, not just on one rifle but multiple rifles, because the muzzle device is fixed and the mount is self-timing. We also don't lock you into this mounting system if you don't want to run it. You can simply reverse the install and then your muzzle device will become just a normal self-timing muzzle device like you used to with a jam nut. So how do we install the self-timing taper mount system on our rifle? So it's nice and simple. It is a two-piece design made up of a threaded taper mount and a jam nut. So grab your Chad muzzle device and your threaded mount and screw your threaded mount into your Chad muzzle device until it stops. Then grab a coin and put the coin in the cutouts and tighten it by hand nice and tight. There you go. Now add the jam nut to the back of the device like you would a normal self-timing muzzle device. Then install it on your muzzle threads like you would a normal self-timing muzzle device. So thread it on all the way until it stops. There we go. Then back it off until it's level, and then back the jam nut off until it contacts the shoulder. Then using your Chad wrench or just a normal wrench, tighten the jam nut as tight as you can by hand, which is about 35 foot-pounds, against the shoulder of your muzzle threads. Then by hand, you can remove your muzzle device and reinstall your muzzle device, and it will time perfectly and hold zero on this particular rifle. If you want to do this across multiple rifles, simply do exactly what you did before, just on a different rifle. So remove the muzzle device, grab another self-timing taper mount, install it, and do that install on the second rifle. And then you'll be able to swap your muzzle device between those two rifles or more, and it will retain zero and retime perfectly every time. Tips and tricks for living with the self-timing taper mount system. At the end of every match, remove your muzzle device. Whether the match is 100 or 300 rounds, you can get carbon buildup between the crown and the flat surface inside the muzzle device. It's best to give that a quick wipe down after every match, and including the taper on the mount, give that a wipe, and the taper inside the muzzle device as well, just with microfiber cloth and some paper towel. Carbon cleaner is recommended. Just give it a quick wipe on the inside and a quick wipe on here to keep those surfaces nice and clean, so that the muzzle device bites onto the taper and mounts securely, and that there's no carbon buildup physically stopping the two tapers from connecting and biting together. You can, if you want, add some grease to the threads of the taper mount, like so. Just add it like that. Cool. And then work it in with the muzzle device. Do not apply the grease to the threads of the muzzle device and then install it, because the grease will then get on the taper of the taper mount, and that will stop the two tapers from blocking together securely, and you could have your muzzle device loosen prematurely. So install it and just work it in back and forth like so. And there you go, you'll have nice greased up muzzle device and taper, which will stop carbon, if carbon does get into the threads, just making the mount sticky and it harder to remove. Also, when installing and removing your muzzle device, that should always bite in. It will first contact the mount like so, and then you'll have that extra squeeze as you rotate it, and that's when the two tapers will bite together. You'll know that it's bit together and you're installing it correctly, and it will be repeatable. If when you go to uninstall it, you'll always get that snap, it'll break free. And yeah, that way you know that you're installing it correctly. If you don't want to run the self-timing taper mount system as intended, and you simply want to run it like a normal self-timing muzzle device, that's totally cool. The way to do that, grab your threaded taper mount and your muzzle device and install the taper mount into the muzzle device. Then grab a coin and using the cutouts on the mount, install the coin, and using a pair of pliers, tighten this as tight as you physically can go, which would be 35 foot-pounds or more. You could also put the coin in a vise and tighten it that way. Then grab your jam nut and install the jam nut onto the back of your muzzle device like you would any other normal self-timing muzzle device, and then install it like you would any other normal self-timing muzzle device. And there you go. You will have essentially a normal self-timing muzzle device with the possibility and option of changing the thread of the muzzle device should you choose to. And yeah, you don't ever have to worry about using or messing with the quick disconnect feature. One self-timing taper mount comes free with every Chad muzzle device purchase, and additional mounts can be bought separately. They come in all colors that the muzzle devices come in. Raw comes with stainless because the rear of the brakes are machined and the machining is left visible, so it blends into the device really well, and it blends into a stainless barrel really well. Black DLC comes with black DLC, rainbow comes with rainbow, and gold comes with gold. Those colors will become available in the next 8 to 12 weeks. We also have hub compatible adapters for our self-timing taper mount system. So you can run a silencer with our self-timing taper mount system, and they work the same as the without warning muzzle devices. You screw it on by hand, it locks on nice and tight, it maintains 0, and it retimes perfectly every time. And it allows you to swap between a silencer and a Chad while maintaining 0 on both devices or across multiple rifles if you choose. This new system is not backwards compatible with TMBs or the original without warning Chad muzzle devices, and we can't modify those muzzle devices to work with the system either. If you have any questions, please give us a call or email us. We are happy to help anytime and to help educate you on how to best use this awesome new precision rifle quick disconnect self-timing taper mount system.
What?